G'day, team. Today I want to dive into the world of networking. I've been asked a fair bit of recent around, I guess, the networking that people see me do, whether it's in person, online, and a lot of questions around how can they make it work for them. And so I wanted to do a bit of a conversation around what does this look like, how do I get into it, and then how do I best get the best outcome of networking. So you don't just network for network's sake. Disclaimer: many years ago, I did over 300 networking events in 1 year. I do not recommend it, but I did it because I needed to learn this. I needed to, get to the point where I can pick and choose the type of networking I'm doing, and just get amazingly great at doing that. And so I did 300 in 1 year. I highly do not recommend it, but it was great lessons learned throughout that. All right, so networking is a fundamental skill that every entrepreneur, business owner, in my belief, needs to get great at. Whether it's networking at networking groups or events, or it's networking in your own sphere, or networking in your own industry, it's not just about making contacts, right? It's about building meaningful relationships that last long term, like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. And so it's about how can you open up doors for people you meet with, and how can they open up doors for you. And so I want to dive into the essential tips around what networking means to me personally, and how I get the most out of it, and then what can you apply to your organization and the role that you're in. So 100% always be genuine. Approach networking with a mindset of wanting to build genuine connections, not just business transactions. A lot of people I've met over the years go to a networking group and they literally stand in front of you and they're just pitching their idea, they're pitching your product, pitching their service. And you're like, they're trying to sell to you. It's like, no, I don't want to be sold to. I want to build a genuine connection here. Someone who genuinely wants to work with me long term, not just a once-off transaction. So go with the right genuine approach and you'll get genuine results. Have your elevator pitch ready. Now, when I say the people that I've met in the past that literally pitch to you and sell to you, that's not what you want to do. You want to get your elevator pitch ready that explains what you do, how you do it, and the outcome for the clients that you're serving in a really short, concise piece, like within 60 seconds. It's hard. It's not easy. Something that might take you 45 minutes to explain your business or your service, you need to bring that down to 60 seconds. This takes weeks, months, years to perfect. And so you need to get really, really good at doing the 60-second pitch. And the reason being is because people have short attention spans. When you're in a networking group and you're having a in-person conversation, you need to really understand what they do and who they are and what they do really, really quickly. Otherwise, you've lost them. They've tuned out. They're thinking about making dinner at home or going for a walk along the beach. They're not thinking about this conversation. So it's got to be really short, sharp, and meaningful. I'm in tech. Even today, with people understanding AI, I've been talking about tech and talking about automation AI 10, 15 years. It's been extremely difficult to explain to people what I do and how I do it. I've had to narrow it down to a really simple concept around Excel spreadsheets, because everyone, I say everyone, 99% of the world use Excel spreadsheets in their business. It's something people can relate to instantly. And I go, well, do you ever copy information from one Excel spreadsheet and put into another Excel spreadsheet? They always go, yes, I do. I go, well, we can automate that so you never have to copy that data again. It's got to kind of tell a story in a way that makes something that's known to them, and they'll take that and they can remember that long term. So come up with a really clear, concise elevator pitch. Using social media platforms. So I prefer face-to-face networking groups, only because I like dealing with people. But you also like to take that offline and on LinkedIn, on X, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform that your product or service is on. Follow the people in that industry on those platforms as well. Like, share, comment on their posts, and really try to build that relationship in person, but also online. People get a real buzz and it makes them feel good. And when you make someone feel good that you're actually truly interested, they'll want to do business with you even more than what they are already, or if they haven't started doing business with you yet, they'll really want to. Attend industry events. So attend events that your industry that you're in, but also attend industry events where your potential customers could be. You want to spread the load. And as I said, don't go to 300 events like I did, but really find what event and what meetup, what seminar, what conference is going to be the right crew for you and your business. What I mean by that is if you don't know, that's fine. Go to a bunch. Go to startups, go to mid-level, go to enterprise, go to government, go to industry, test them all out. You'll see where you gel. You'll see where the conversations you're having, the people you're meeting, you'll see what gels for the service or product that you're selling. And then, obviously double down and do that more, but then stop doing the rest. Don't waste your time. So really find the event that works for you. Out of all that, the number one thing that matters about networking events, there's only one thing that actually counts: follow up. You could do as many networking events in the entire year and you will not get any sales. Why? People do not follow up. If you get a business card from someone, and typically if you get a networking event, you'll probably get 10, 20, 30 business cards. Follow up. Book in a meeting, book in a coffee session, book in an online call, book in a phone call, follow up to the next stage. They're now saying, and I say they, the industry standard gods, the best practices, are now saying it takes 17 touch points with a person to convert them to be a client. 17 touch points. Now that could be reading a blog article, it could be replying to an email, it could be replying to a text message. Like, they're all touch points, but 17 is just absolutely insane now. It used to be, like 7 when I first started doing networking. So follow up. Follow up with, as I mentioned before, social media, follow up with emails, follow up with phone calls, follow up with a meeting, follow up with a coffee meeting, follow up with a meeting in their organization, in their boardroom, that personal connection. If you generally want to work with someone and they generally want to work with you, put the effort in. If you put the effort in, you'll get the results. And so follow up over a long period of time, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, continually following up by that person, and you will build a genuine relationship with that person. That is the number one reason why networking doesn't work for most people. Not because of the networking, not because of the event, not because of the location, not because of the people, because of follow-up. It's absolutely missed every single time. So offer value, follow up, attend the right networking events, get your pitch ready, just be absolute genuine to the nth degree, and you can't go wrong. When I say offer value, stay curious, always listening. Don't go in, don't pitch your services, don't pitch who you are. Listen to them, listen to how you can add value. The number one thing that I do anytime I go to a networking event or I meet someone for the first time, I think in my little black book in my mind or in HubSpot, one of the two, in my CRM, I go, how can I help that person? What problems are they currently facing in their organization or personally in life? Who do I know in my network that can help them? So it's not for me. I'm not trying to win a deal. I'm not trying to, take from this first meeting with this person. I'm genuinely trying to help. I'm genuinely staying curious, and I want to offer value. The quicker I can offer value, the quicker I know I can build that relationship with that person, and the quicker I can get business back in my door. It's an absolute no-brainer. It works every single time. So hopefully that helps. The last point I'll mention is be patient. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. I've been doing this for somewhat 20 years. It takes time. It takes time to get good at it. It takes time to understand who you are, what you do, how you can explain what you do really simply and quickly. And it takes time to build up your black book of your connections and who you can feed off when you go to these networking events. But all I can say is just start, test and measure as much as you possibly can. Remove as many events out of your book as possible, as quick as you can. Focus on what works for you. Double down and just be genuine. Stay curious, and you absolutely hit it every single time. But the number one thing, follow up. Make sure you always do a follow up after the meeting. Always look in that next call. All right, guys. Cheers.